The following is a live production of iLink Media Group in association with the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association. Getting ready. We're going to be riding bucking horses in just a minute, Doug Young.
Oh, look at those beautiful ladies. You know, they've been doing this for 77 years, Dave, and they do it right here in Ponoka. Look at those cowgirls ride.
And truly, one of the great stops in Canadian professional rodeo anywhere is right here at Ponoka. And there's Kyle Bowers getting ready. Now, we talked about Kyle Bowers and the horse special delivery that he's got right here. This is you talk about a breeding program, the Calgary Stampede breeding program, 22,000 acres out near Hanna, Alberta. Special delivery, a product of that program. You talk about the great six-time world champion, Graded Coconut. You talk about Zippy Delivery, one of the great money mares of all time. This is the offspring right here, and spectacular. Uh-oh, horse just a little fractious right tonight. I think, you know what, I think our equine athletes know that this is special.
That's a good sign, and away we go. Look at the kick from the horse. Look at the drive from the cowboy, the extension from both. The timing's perfect on this one. Oh, our Wrangler officials are going to have a job to do here, Dave.
Well, you talk about beating the horse to the ground, and what that means is you want to try to get the heels of the boots over the points of his shoulders before the front feet of that horse hit the ground each and every jump, and Kyle Bowers was doing that. We're going to get another look at it right here as Kyle Bowers makes his way back to the chutes. I thought that was a pretty darn good bareback ride right there.
We've come to expect this from this guy, Canadian champion so many times. This cowboy is never out of position on the back of a horse. Good job.
Well, we'll just await the score as Clint Cannon gets ready. Well, Clint Cannon, of course, been a national finals rodeo qualifier and loves to ride bucking horses on this side of the 49th parallel. This Texan can ride, but you talked about he's just a little nervous about what's going to happen right now.
You know, I talked to him tonight about this horse from Bar C5, and Vern McDonald said this is probably my best horse. Clint said this horse is absolutely electric outside. He says, I think this horse is better outside than he is inside. And last year at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, this horse was great. Look at this. Oh, boy.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, the horse spectacular as we expected it might be. And going to work on him right there, Clint Cannon, makeup face. Holy mackerel. You talked about this horse and how good it could be and how tough it could be.
Oh.
That was the case right there.
Listen to the crowd. They know what he's done. Great job. Oh, boy. Hang on, cowboy. Help is on the way. We've got 5 pickup men here. They'll get him off of there in good shape.
I'll tell you one thing. Those horses bucking backwards like that, that's not that easy. All right, as we await the scores on our first 2 men, we'll try to get those for you just as quickly as we can. Kyle Bowers, special delivery. Clint Cannon, makeup face.
Oh,
meanwhile,
boy.
Colin Adams, Virgil, one of those Bar C5 rodeo bucking horses, and you talked about this horse off the get-go. This is another very, very good horse.
Well, when I talked to Colin about this horse, I said, what do you know about Virgil? And he said, well, they tell me that Virgil is quite a bit like Makeup Face. A little wild, a little out of line, but the kind of a horse that'll take you to the number 1 spot. Now, this cowboy's not very big. This little body is going to take a ripping.
I'm cheering for him. I'll tell you, you talked about it. Del Lorraine, Manitoba. I don't even know where that is, and I don't care. I'm cheering for the guy. Oh, man. Colin Adams.
That's in southwestern Manitoba, and they're all up on their feet tonight watching. Here we go. Look at the reach. Colin talked about that tonight. He said this horse will turn back a little bit. He said this horse will get wild. I hope he's okay.
It did all of that. I'll tell you, that's not an easy horse to ride, but Colin Adams doing a nice job right there because I thought he kept the spur lick going.
Cowboys are giving him high fives down there. That's a good sign.
That is a good sign. Well, I'll tell you what, the other bareback riders appreciated that ride and all the people behind the chutes. What a nice job he did. As we go now to Jake Vold, Stampede Warrior, another one of those great matchups. And how about Jake Vold riding right here in Ponoka? This could be awfully good.
Well, if home field advantage means anything at all, this should be our champion cowboy right here. He comes in on top of the pack, and Stampede Warrior, I tell you, last year to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, the Canadian Finals Rodeo. Listen to the crowd, David. Look at him go.
Oh, man, I mean, he is feeling it. That is absolutely sensational. Jake Vold. My goodness. Jake, Stampede Warrior. Jake Vold looking real good on that. Oh, man, that was absolutely sensational. We thought it was good. I didn't know it was that good. That's a heck of a moment right there.
And we're going to make, on behalf of the our presentation.
In what was an absolutely sensational section of bareback riding to kick off this championship round at the Ponoka Stampede. Look at those scores, 86.5 for Bowers, a couple 89.75s, and then
the hometown guy, Jake Vold, 91.75, the winner here at Ponoka.
The Road to the CFR is presented by the Edmonton Destination Marketing Hotels, Northlands, the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, and iLink Media Group in partnership with Travel Alberta. August 15th to 25th, North America's largest and oldest theater festival. The Edmonton Fringe Festival captivates visitors and performers from all over the world. Book your Edmonton adventure at destinationedmontonhotels.com today.
Well, we're behind the chutes here with the very excited Jake Vold. Jake, over 90 points on that great horse. Tell us a bit about your ride.
I knew I had a horse that was going to be very electric, and every horse in this 4-round was phenomenal. Yeah, I've never been 90 before, so it feels pretty cool.
Now, you said even back here, you don't even know what your score was. You're just excited to have the ride you did. Tell us about the excitement that you feel before your ride and after seeing such great rides before you and then being able to go ahead and beat it.
You know, that's what I live for. It's just those guys jumping out and being high scores, you know, and it really puts a fire under you to, you know, really do good and be 90, and that's, I just live off that, and it was awesome. It couldn't have turned out any better.
Right. Well, congratulations, Jake. Back to you guys.
Oh, thank you, Katie. How about Jake Vold and a great bucking horse ride right there. 91.75 on Stampede Warrior. It doesn't get any better than that. We're off to a fine start.
Well, you know, cowboys often deal with what we call the hometown rodeo. Heck, you can win at any rodeo anywhere in the world, but when you get to your hometown, you have problems. But that's not the way it worked out for Jake Vold tonight.
No, he makes such great rides. Well, there's our tie-down roping field. We're talking about Timber Moore from Aubrey, Texas. Then we've got Logan Bird, the young man, second-generation cowboy from Nanton, Alberta, just 19 years of age. And Nate Baldwin, we talked about. Tyson Durfy, what do you say?
They've all figured out this long run here. They've been the best over 3 head already, so we're looking for great things tonight.
Well, let's talk a little bit about tie-down roping 101, and here's Katie Lucas with it right now.
Tie-down roping is the most technical event in rodeo. Cowboys must first rope their calf, dismount their horse, and as they run down the rope, the horse must begin to back up or work the rope, keeping it tight for the cowboy as he flanks and ties his calf. Hands up in the air signals the end of the run.
Well, there's that long run that we talked about. Thank you, Katie. And, you know, you talked about that long run. Let's talk about some of the challenges that brings about. Timing, everything, isn't it?
Well, I think cowboys very often here use a different horse than they use some other places just because of that start. We can see it down there right now, and you can see that actual roping box, the actual chute the calf is released from, is down a ways through that alley. Now, the actual barrier breaks at the end of that alley. There's an individual going to chase the calf out to that point. Tyson Durfy should be our first roper. A very good cowboy. This guy is 4th in the world standings right now. He's actually riding a horse he purchased from a Saskatchewan cowboy, and he uses this horse both on the long and short score. He's backed in. Now watch, he'll hold that horse up. Here comes the calf. There's a rider behind the calf, and away we go. Now we got to hit the line. We got to do it right. We got to get a hold of the calf. He's done that already. Down goes the price of beef. Here come the hind feet. Good job.
Wow, I'll tell you. Now he gambled a little bit, went with 1.5 hitch. As normally you go with 2, but trying to save a couple of tenths of a second, maybe win $5,000, worth a little bit of a gamble.
That looked good. He hit that line just right tonight from where I saw it. 7.8 seconds. How about that? That is applying the pressure tonight, Dave.
7.8 with that long run. That is absolutely sensational. Great start for Tyson Durfy. And as I said, we talked about guys getting hot this time of year. That's exactly what Nate Baldwin has done, coming off a big win at Airdrie, just wrapped up today. And on top of that, he's been very tough here in Ponoka.
Nate Baldwin is a cowboy that has a master's degree in management. So he has been managing his rodeo year very, very well. Back into the corner now on this horse. We can see the calf inside the chute down there, ready to go. Here comes our rider. And we've got to gauge this right. There we go. Good catch. Calf off to the right. Oh, boy. Problems. Calf actually jerked him down. Now we'll go ahead and we'll go through it. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near that 7.8 second run.
But let's not forget there is money for second, third, and fourth as well. The $5,000 goes to the top gun. And we'll watch it again, and you can see the body language right there. He's not very happy with the way that went. Not at all what Nate Baldwin had in mind tonight, as he did have some trouble with that calf, and we'll get his time in just a moment.
We can see it as he came down the alley. He was holding back on the horse a bit when he first started out. And that might have thrown the timing of the run off just a little wee bit. Okay. Here comes the youngest one in here tonight, Dave. You know this kid.
Well, Logan Bird from down there at Nanton, you know, just a great kid. And he has been awfully, awfully tough. But this could be just huge. If he could get down there and maybe just get ahead of that 7 and 8, or even just be in there solidly, this is going to be a big moment for him. Watch this.
This is the family business. If it's in the genes and he can rope like his dad, we're going to make some money tonight. Look at this 19-year-old go to work. Gather those hinds. Listen to the crowd. Yeah.
Oh, my. 8 and 8, about a full second behind Tyson Durfy, but I'll tell you something, that's not at all bad. That's going to put him in second place. Look at that. Looks pretty doggone cool and collected for a 19-year-old kid, doesn't he?
He's trying pretty hard not to smile, but I bet you he's going to need a bigger shirt when he gets back there with the other Cowboys.
Man, inside he's going, yeah.
Oh, man, that's so nice when a plan like that comes together for a youngster.
Well, you know, Timber Moore will be the last of our 4. Here's a guy who was the Rookie of the Year in Canada, Aubrey, Texas. Outstanding guy right here as we get him ready. Well, it comes down to this. We got 2 guys who can win this thing. The 7 and 8, Tyson Durfy leading the way right now. Timber Moore, the only guy who can catch him, got to be 7 and 7 or faster. Very simple.
He has been riding Curtis Cassidy's Horse of the Year, Stick, and that stick down there. Stick will give you an opportunity to win. Watch the way this horse stops. We'll get out there. Now, get to the calf as quick as you can. Horse stops just perfectly. This looks good. Are we going to be near 7-8? Took a chance.
That was quick. That was real quick. Now, here's the deal. You got to slack that rope for 6 very important seconds right here. And Timber Moore is holding his breath. So are we. So is everyone in the grandstand. Because you know what? He's in at 7 seconds flat. I didn't think we'd beat 7-8.
Wow.
We just did. How about Timber Moore?
On a long run like this, that is just unheard of. What a great cowboy. You can see the difference a great horse makes. Good job for Timber Moore tonight. And it continues.
Oh, man, I love it. I love that right there because we set the stage with Tyson Durfy at 7 and 8. Nate Baldwin struggled a little bit. Logan Bird came in at 8 and 8, and then Timber Moore, a spectacular 7 flat to be the last guy. First 2 events, the last gunner jumps out and is the champion.
We might be setting a trend here tonight, Dave.
Just might. That's okay. A little drama never hurt anybody, especially when you're going after that $5,000 bonus right there. Well, in the tie-down roping, you know, Tyson Durfy jumped out there, and he was 7 and 8 right off the get-go, and I thought he was going to be hard to catch.
Well, so did I, but 7 seconds flat. Timber Moore, the winner of the tie-down roping, that was exceptional.
Congratulations, Timber Moore, our showdown winner, aboard Curtis Cassidy's great horse that he calls Stick.
Our road to the CFR coverage will be back right after this.
Make sure you enter to win the CFR VIP experience for 2 that includes 2 nights accommodation, CFR mini pack tickets, 2 Edmonton attraction passes, and a behind the chutes tour. Go to www.roadtothecfr.com to enter today.
Making its Canadian debut, the stunning new exhibition, Body Worlds and the Cycle of Life, is your opportunity to peer behind the curtain and see the concert inside yourself as you've never seen it before. Visit DestinationEdmontonHotels.com for more information.
Well, we're behind the scenes here with Timber Moore. Timber, 7 flat today. Tell us a little bit about your run.
That horse, Curtis, is great. He's awesome here. Everybody likes to ride him. I just had a really good calf, made a great run. Worked good for me today.
Well, congratulations, Timber, and good luck down the road.
Thanks, Rick.
Well, very quickly, we're back to the action in the saddle bronc riding where Tyler Corrington got out there on timely delivery. Another one of those great Calgary horses. Just a young horse, but an awfully good one. 6-year-old from the Calgary Stampede firm. And Tyler Corrington getting things done there on timely delivery.
I think that was actually Tyrell Larson that we're looking at down there, Dave. The cowboy from Manitoba, from Inglis, Manitoba. What a great rodeo family that is. And that was the Calgary horse Lynx Mountain, the 2009 Canadian Professional Rodeo Association Horse of the Year. The horse has been to the national finals, the Wrangler National Finals, and our Canadian finals as well. How about the Manitoba cowboy? That looked good.
Oh, I'll tell you. And Tyrell Larson, of course, you talk about Lynx Mountain, a horse of the year in Canada. Just a real solid performance by the young man. And Jacobs Crowley. Now, he's got a horse called Lunatic Party, and I'm picking this guy because of this horse. This horse, saw this horse in Airdrie. They won 1st and 3rd, including an 87.5 on the back of this horse. We had an 85 for our first man out, 0.75, 85.75 for Tyrell Larson. All right, so he takes the early lead, Doug. Jacobs Crowley, and watch this Outlaw Bucker's horse, Lunatic Party, sensational. Pinto horse, good-looking horse,
exactly.
Bucks, big time.
They raise a lot of their horses, but they actually purchased this horse at the Bucking Horse Sale in Las Vegas. Uh-oh, horse is a little shy tonight.
Well, you get the name Lunatic Party, and, you know, you're going to have some of that kind of thing going on. But I'll tell you one thing, when this horse gets out there, the party will start. Looks like we're going to actually move, though, in the meantime, because Court Shear, as we were having a little trouble getting Jacobs out, we're going to move over to Court Shear. A Wayne Vold horse called Eclipse. This is we saw this horse last week. Just a tremendous bucking horse right here.
Deja vu from last weekend at Wainwright. Eclipse was to the Canadian Finals rodeo a ton of times, the Wrangler National Finals as well. Big, strong horse, and this horse is a little wild and very fast. We'll watch this. Heels of the boots out over the points of the horse's shoulders. We got that done. There's the kick from that big horse. Listen to the crowd. They're liking it. We are too. Toes turned out. There's the horn.
That's just a whole bunch of power right there. That horse is big, stout, strong, throwing a whole lot of power at that cowboy. But Court Shear was equal to the test. Seen this American cowboy on this side of the 49th parallel a lot over the last 2-3 years, and he can be so very, very good. He, too, is waiting. He liked this, 87.75. There's the reaction, and deservedly so.
Right to the head of the class. Good news for him. Nice job when you need to. It's all about capitalizing at this rodeo.
All right, now it looks like we're moving over to Tyler Corrington because timely delivery is in there right there. So it is Tyler Corrington. We'll go back to Jacobs Crowley. He's on another Pinto horse, that Lunatic Party. So we know that this is Tyler Corrington and timely delivery. And we talked about that Calgary Stampede breeding program, 6-year-old product of it right here.
Exactly. For years and years, we watched Zippy Delivery at the Calgary Stampede win the Cowboys a ton of money. This is Zippy Delivery's baby right here. And, of course, Graded Coconut is the sire. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, and a full sibling, to, of course, to that Special Delivery that we saw earlier. So I'll tell you what, this is outstanding. Now, I, of course, chose Jacobs Crowley because of Lunatic Party. Who did you have in here?
I had Tyrell Larson. I'm 2 points behind you now.
All right, well, there you go. You see, I'm leading right now in the bronc riding, but I'll tell you something. You can't rule out either of these last two men right now as Tyler Corrington gets ready.
That horse has just bounced ahead a little bit. Cowboy's going to reset. If you lose a stirrup during the ride, that'll mean no score. He's got those stirrups firmly over the feet. Look at the kick.
Ooh, man.
Yes, go, Cowboy, go.
Now what the judges look for, of course, is that kick back over the head, and that horse kicking right back over his head. That was a spectacular trip from that bucking horse, timely delivery. And Tyler Corrington, I'll tell you what, he looked really, really solid right there. Totally in control. He's happy about it, hasn't even heard the score yet, and he's happy.
We didn't see anything wrong with either the Cowboy or the bucking horse. That was great timing. That'll be reflected in the score with an 87.75 to the top side so far. Listen to this.
Until right now, 88.25. Tyler Corrington goes to the head of the class. Well, so that sets the stage. We've got the 88.25 from Tyler Corrington, and we've got Jacobs Crowley getting ready on the Lunatic Party that we talked about. Now we'll see if the horse feels like it this time. I got a good feeling about this.
Well, it never hurts to be a little bit hot, and Jacobs Crowley has been very hot over the last while. This Cowboy has won 7 rodeos this year already south of the border in the United States, so he is coming in here hot. And to top it off, this Cowboy is lucky. I watched him today. He is a good guy.
I'll tell you what, I love this matchup right here. Jacobs Crowley, this of course was my pick, but it's going to be a little tough now. You got to be 88.5 to win this thing, but don't bet against Jacobs Crowley and the Lunatic Party. Stephenville, Texas Cowboy, and awfully good. We've watched him so many times. Yeah, I love this matchup. Now watch him very carefully measure that bronc rein. And he's doing that right now, taking a pretty long rein on this horse and ready to go. Watch this, Jacobs Crowley, Lunatic Party. Oh my, oh my.
That's what we've come to expect from that horse. It's another good day for Lunatic Party. Look out.
And did you see Jacobs Crowley using his feet to advantage? I mean, he was really spurring on the back of that horse. Now, is it going to be enough? That's the key, Doug.
Well, it's all in the opinion of our officials right now. We've got 4 of them out there. It's going to be as fair as possible. He's watching the replay on the screen, and look at the smile.
Yeah, I think he's pretty happy with it. Now let's see if we can get him enough points to be the champion, because Tyler Corrington leading the way right now, 88.25. Look at that. Look at that. That is nice. How about this? 89.25. Jacobs Crowley and the Lunatic Party right there. Wow. Oh, that is sensational. 89.25. Jacobs Crowley is going to be our champion and $5,000 richer. Anytime you get that great horse, you got an awfully good chance to win it.
When Tyler Corrington was 88.25, I thought it was a done deal, Dave.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jacobs Crowley had something to say about that. The Stephenville, Texas man on Lunatic Party, a horse I love. 89.25 for a championship at Ponoka.
Jacobs Crowley, 89.25, is proud to receive the Hamilton's IGA Beautiful Buckle in honor of the Hahn Brothers and Eagle Builders Saddle Bronc Riding, Miss Rodeo Canada, President Joe Dodds, and Mr. Hahn right here beside me. One more time, friends and neighbors, welcome this young guy all the way up to Ponoka, Alberta.
That's one ride everybody's going to be talking about. He's a college and national high school finalist, and he knows what winning's all about. Just right.
Well, our Road to the CFR coverage will be right back. The Road to the CFR is presented by the Edmonton Destination Marketing Hotels, Northlands, the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, and iLink Media Group in partnership with Travel Alberta.
K-Days returns to Edmonton July 19th through 28th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster, Save On Foods, and Max locations. Learn more at kdays.com.
Join golf fans from August 19th to 25th in Edmonton at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club as the best players from the LPGA Tour battle at the 2013 CN Canadian Women's Open. With a $2 million purse on the line, you can bet that these talented women will bring their best game to the links. You can book your package today. And let's go to Katie Lucas right now with a champion, first of all. How about a happy champion?
Thanks, Dave. We're behind the chutes here with Jacobs Crowley. What a great ride tonight. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
That was the kind of ride that I got to look forward to. That horse was awesome. I've never actually been on him. He's from up here in Canada, and he's great. So, like I said, I was excited to have him in the 4-man, and just fortunate it worked out.
Okay. What about the rest of your weekend? You've had a really busy weekend, as with all the Cowboys. Tell us a little bit about your schedule.
Yes, ma'am. Last night I was actually in North Dakota,
and I drove all night by myself to make it here an hour before the perf. So I didn't get any sleep last night. And then, but tomorrow we'll be in Cody, Wyoming. The next day, Springdale, Arkansas. The next day, Prescott, Arizona. And the next day, St. Paul, Oregon. A lot of traveling in store, so I'm glad we could start it right here in Ponoka and win some money, get on some great bucking horses, and get ready.
All right, well, congratulations. Back to the rest of the rodeo.
Well, we just saw Todd Mon, Airdrie, Alberta, in with a 4-2. Absolutely spectacular. What a great start. I can't believe that they're this fast with this long run. We saw it in the tie-down roping. We're back. How about Todd Mon? Very, very happy right there. A 4-2.
Well, if you're a steer wrestler, this is the kind of thing that might keep you awake at night. We've got horses to coordinate. We've got cowboys to coordinate. We've got a little more room down there, and things tend to move a little more quickly with this long run. We've seen some steers slow down. We've seen some steers move up, moving left and right. You have to coordinate all that with your hazer and get it done properly. Here comes a Canadian champion. You know this guy, Dave, the big guy.
Long, tall cowboy from Lethbridge, Alberta, and you're right, he's been a Canadian titleist. Of course, here we have another cowboy on the other side, the hazer. Job to keep that steer running straight, allow that contestant the opportunity to get down, trust him to the ground, all 4 feet pointing the same way. So now we've got the 4-2 in the books from Todd Mon. You know, I thought that would be tough to beat back in the tie-down roping. I was wrong, but I think our first guy is going to be hard to beat.
I tell you, Todd Woodward has been on the phone. He enlisted some experience over on the other side. He's got Leon Lay over there to position the steer for him. We're outside with a Canadian champion. We're in the running. There we are. That might be the best one of the night, Dave.
Wow, that was quick. That was quick. Wait a minute. We might have had a barrier penalty right there. I got a feeling we might have had that 10-second barrier penalty. You know, when your guy is at 4-2, what that does, Doug, is it puts pressure on these guys. They have to challenge that line a little bit, and that's exactly what Todd Woodward did. He was a 1/10 of a second too long. However, that penalty kicks in.
And you know, cowboys in the steer wrestling will tell you, if you're not pushing that line, if you're not breaking barriers, you might not be trying hard enough. All right, it is official now. It will be a 14.3 for those of you that are keeping track. And now we're down to the cowboy from Texas.
Holiday, Texas, and Hunter Cure. He's been to our Canadian Finals rodeo before. As you watch Hunter Cure get ready right now. Okay, now 4-2 is in the books, in the lead right now. But this guy right here, oh man, I've watched him many, many times, and he's got lots of 4.1 and faster second runs in him.
Yeah, and he's been having a good year. Now, this cowboy is about $8,000 out of being in the top 10 in the world. And he's probably going to walk out of here with a Ponoka Stampede championship tonight if he can get this one on the ground, and that money would jump him right into the top 10. There's a slide.
Oh,
steer went too far.
Did you see how quickly he handled that steer once he got there, however? Man alive. As we're, okay, he's in at 4-3 by 1/10 of a second. Man alive. That 4-2 is just holding on by not very much.
Well, he was definitely pushing it. Here comes the guy in the number 1 spot. This cowboy was absolutely electric this afternoon. He jumped out through a steer in 3.9. If he could do it tonight, we'll call him the champion. Clayton Moore.
Well, yeah, but they're cousins. Yeah, Timber from down Texas way and Clayton Moore from Pooscoopie, British Columbia. Already seen his cousin be a champion here. Let's see what Clayton can do right now as he gets ready. Well, it's very simple. 4-1 or faster, he's the champion. Any longer than that, Todd Mon, our first gunner out, will be the titleist.
And Clayton's been going to a lot of rodeos. He sits 11th in the world right now. That's good for him. He's 14th in the Canadian standings. So, same story here. A win of any kind tonight will earn him more money and a better chance to go to the CFR or the Wrangler National Finals. Good luck to British Columbia.
Oh, yeah. And, this is such a great guy. He came close to a National Finals rodeo berth, the Wrangler NFR down there in Las Vegas last year. I'd love to see him get there this year. This could help him a whole lot. All right, Clayton. He's out and charging hard after this one. Let's see what we're going to do. He's to that steer, and he's not long. He's not long. Is he fast enough? Is he fast enough?
I think he is.
It's 3-7 on the clock. Is he clean? Is he clean? He's looking back, and that look on that face right there says to me there might be a penalty. There just might be a penalty. Yeah, he would be celebrating right now if that 3-7 was good. There's a 10-second penalty on the barrier. Takes him to 13-7. What a tough break right there for Clayton Moore.
Well, hats off to him. He was pushing on it. Good job, Cowboy. A couple of broken barriers tonight in the Bulldog and made things pretty interesting, Dave.
And you know, maybe the reason for that was because our very first guy out there, Todd Mon, jumped out there with a 4-2. Everybody chased him, tried hard, but he hung in for the win. All right, our road to the CFR coverage. We'll be back right after this. As Alberta's top tourism destination, West Edmonton Mall welcomes millions of shoppers each year. With more than 800 stores, restaurants, 9 world-class attractions, and unique services, you're sure to discover your shopping heart's desire during your one-of-a-kind adventure at West Edmonton Mall.
Well, what a great ride. What a great run tonight, Todd. 4-2. Tell us a little bit about your run.
I got a really good start, and that was the idea right from the get-go, being the first guy. I knew I wanted to get a good start here and just use the steer I had. I knew he was pretty good, and there's no sense playing it safe now. You make the final four, try him on as fast as you can, and thank God it worked.
Right. How important is that good start here with that long score?
It's not totally important to absolutely get a great start here, but there's a safety zone. You don't want to be out of the safety zone. When you make the final four, you want to be as close to the barrier as you can to put the pressure on the rest of the guys.
Right. Well, congratulations on your big win here at Ponoka. Back to you, Dave and Doug.
It's barrel racing time, and you can see the Cowgirls getting ready to go after that $5,000. And I think Jane Melby of Bernieville, Oklahoma, going to be our first Cowgirl in. You know, she's been to the National Finals Rodeo, won 3 go-rounds at her very first trip down there, and she can fly.
She's 6th in the world right now. She's actually from Minnesota originally. They call this horse Black Beauty, and you can see why. We're turning and burning for home. Go! Listen to the crowd. They're all behind her tonight. Good job.
A little bit of an issue off of that third barrel. I don't know if Jane's going to be totally happy with her third. 17.610 was the time. 17.610 for Jane Melby.
Here comes Kim Schulz. She is from Larkspur, Colorado. We don't see her on this side of the 49th parallel that much, Dave.
Don't know her that well thus far, but we're going to get to know her because she has been successful of late. She's been very, very tough, and that's just a tremendous first off of that Ram Rodeo barrel right there. Watch this now. Now a couple of turns to the left as you see her right there heading down to that far side. 1 turn to go. Take it on home. Barrel stays up for her. That was close. Now can she be faster than 17.610? Let's take a look right here.
You can bump the barrels all you want as long as you don't knock them down. 17.459, no +5 there in the barrel racing for her tonight. Here's my pick to win tonight. I love this horse. I love this cowgirl. Brenda Mays, Terrebonne, Oregon, and this is Jethro. Look at this big black dude. He turns around that first barrel. We've got a little bit of room there, but that might be a very quick out from that first barrel. Very good around 2. The closer you get, the better you do. The straighter the lines. Perfect circles and tight lines. Come on, Jethro.
You see the acceleration of that horse away from the barrels. Just terrific.
What a great horse. What a great team.
Well, a 17.380. We're getting progressively faster. And now we go to Kaylee Bass, who we saw last week. She, of course, was our winner at Wainwright. She was the last Cowgirl. She's the last here in the Final Four. Let's watch what she can do on Cowboy Dan.
Deja vu, David. This young lady placed at 5 out of 10 rounds at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo last year. She had a $155,000 year of rodeo, and you can see why. I think this horse might have the best acceleration between the barrels of any horse we've seen tonight. We'll notice that on that third barrel. Leave it up. Leave that ram barrel up. Go, cowgirl. Go.
Can she be faster than 17.380? And across the line, 17.510. That's going to be third fastest. So unofficially, Brenda Mays, Terrebonne, Oregon. We talked about it. And her great horse, Jethro, that was just a spectacular run. Absolutely mistake-free and fast. In the barrel race, it came down to 4 spectacular ladies on 4 outstanding horses.
But it was Brenda Mays and Jethro, 17.380 for the Ponoka win.
And our road to the CFR coverage will be back right after this.
K-Days returns to Edmonton July 19th through 28th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster, Save On Foods, and Max locations. Learn more at kdays.com.
Well, Brenda, what a great run today on your great horse. Tell us a little bit about your horse.
You know, Jethro, he's been there before. You know, he's just solid, consistent. I'm just glad to have him back. He got hurt this winter, and you know usually this type of pin is not really his, but man, he proved me wrong. And actually, I wasn't even supposed to be here. A girl turned out and let me sneak in, and I'm very grateful.
Well, what a great run today. Tell us about how this will affect your season.
It just adds to it. You know, I'm just excited. I'm just glad everything's going really good right now. I just try to go make the best run I can do, and I'm supposed to be headed to Greeley tomorrow night, so.
Well, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Todd Galley and Grady Brandon as Brenda Mays receives her plaudits and chats with Katie Lucas. And our first team out, that was Todd Galley and Grady Brandon.
Todd is from Olds, Grady is from Barhead. They come from team roping families, and it's in their blood. They've been roping steers for a long, long time. We'll look back at the time. Cowboys look good in the field. 9.797.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how tough this run is in the team roping. I'm sure it has an impact as well as Brett McCarroll and Clint Bueller get ready. These guys have been a team they put together this season, and they've been very, very solid, and that looks like they stretched that one out very nicely.
5.9 seconds, and we could see Clint Bueller coming down the alley, and he was reining that horse back a little bit, trying to rate that steer, trying to get that timing right. Looks as though he did it. 2 feet on the back end. We expect that from Brett McCarroll. You bet.
Well, if your name is McCarroll and you come from Camrose, you're going to be a team roper. There's absolutely no doubt about that. How about Stacy Cornett and Dale Scottapole? Here's another team getting together this year. Both of these guys have been to the Canadian Finals rodeos with different partners. This is a good team right here.
Oh, yeah. You can't do any better than Dale Scottapole on the front end. And Stacy Cornett is very, very accurate on the back. And to top it off, they both know how to win. They're not going to take any chances. There won't be any bad shots here tonight. Quicker than 5.9 will take him to the top side. Steers a little bit slower. That's a big head loop. Uh-oh. Oh, big set of horns, and you don't see that from Dale Scottapole 3 times in a rodeo year, and it had to happen here.
Yeah, that's a tough break. So, no time for Cornett and Scottapole. That means that Brett McCarroll, Clint Bueller with the 5.9 with only one team that can catch him. But how about these guys? They were second at the BFI down there in Reno. Then they won Reno. Then they won Airdrie. They've been winning here. They're looking at about $100,000 weekend, and they wouldn't mind adding $5,000 right here.
Exactly. The Arizona Cowboys, Corey Petzka, Eric Rogers are the team we're talking about. They're watching that steer, and these Cowboys are absolutely unconscious. They've been to the National Finals rodeo a ton of times. Watch this. Steer's a little bit slower. There's a nice head loop. Can we rope 2 feet? Let's see. Eric looks behind. What's he looking at? There's only one in there now, but we might have had 2. Nope. 5.1 plus 5 is what they're talking about. Total time 10.1. Oh, yeah. Keep it in Canada, Dave. That's what we did tonight.
Well, Brett McCarroll and Clint Bueller, and those two guys have been so very, very good all season long. Never better than right here tonight. This is a good time to put it together.
Well, this is not going to hurt them at all. Brett McCarroll was 18th in the Canadian standings. Clint Bueller 16th in the Canadian standings. I think they're up in the top 10 for sure with a win here.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're very happily going to collect a couple of buckles right now because that was just a tremendous run. No struggle whatsoever for McCarroll and Bueller.
Our awesome header.
Oh, man, look at that.
It's too bad you have to earn those buckles, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I could try and steal one because that's the only way I'm ever going to get one. But I'll tell you right now, Brett McCarroll, Clint Bueller, they earned theirs with that spectacular 5.9.
Make sure you enter to win the CFR VIP experience for 2 that includes 2 nights accommodation, CFR mini pack tickets, 2 Edmonton attraction passes, and a behind the chutes tour. Go to www.roadtothecfr.com to enter today. Well, we're behind the scenes here with Clint Bueller and Brett McCarroll. Brett, how was the run tonight for you?
Oh, it was good. Clint got it on him fast. I knew I had lots of time. I just tried to get him caught.
Now, Clint, you talked about your great horse. Tell us a little bit about him.
He's a freak, basically. I started him last year, and I've just basically gone straight to winning off him. I love him. He makes my job a lot easier.
Well, congratulations to both of you guys on your great win here at Ponoka in the showdown.
Thanks.
All right, I'll tell you what, we're getting ready for one final event. It's bull riding time, and we've got 4 outstanding cowboys and 4 outstanding bulls as well.
Nobody leaves until the bull riding is over, and we can see the cowboys warming up on their bulls already. The bull list, the cowboy list is second to none. This time of the year, these cowboys are looking good. Looks like our first cowboy's down inside already.
All right, Tyler Thompson getting ready. The Black Diamond Cowboy, of course, been a Canadian champion. He's battled some injuries over the last year or so, but I think he's back. He's back healthy. Black Diamond Cowboy, and he's got a bull from Kelly Armstrong and Mr. Franklin, of course, called Team Page. Now, I saw this bull a couple of times this year. I would put this in my top 3 as far as ranked bulls in Canada, Team Page. But Tyler Thompson, he might have it in him.
Well, I tell you, Tyler Thompson had injury problems last year, but he's getting back on track. He was a little slow to start this year. He's jumped up to 11th place in the Canadian standings, and that's where he wants to be at this point of the year. We can see that left hand down in the bull rope, and this cowboy is absolutely great wherever you put him. Whatever kind of bull you can put him on, he rides them all. Big ones, small ones, left-handed ones, right-handed ones. He can do it all.
Well, and I always say that, you know, if you want your kid to be a bull rider, what you do is you videotape a whole bunch of this guy's rides and play them back until that kid learns to ride exactly like this. There he is.
We're outside with TNT, and that is picture perfect. Look at that outside foot. That's keeping him on the back of the bull. The free hand is right where it should be. We've got a qualified ride, David.
Right off the bat on Team Page, Tyler Thompson, so good. Now the bullfighter's getting in there very quickly to get Tyler Thompson out of there, and he's kind of trying to crawl to safety. I'll tell you something right now. Tyler Thompson just made a heck of a ride on Team Page. My goodness. My goodness. Getting the congratulations over there from the Byrne boys and Long Tall Scott Way. How about 88 points? Now, let's not forget that last year we bucked off all 4 in our Final 4. That's not going to happen this time around.
Time to go international, David.
Oh, way down to Old Mexico. He lives in New Mexico, but he was born in Old Mexico, and this is Rocky McDonald, and he's got Bombs Away. Calgary Stampede bull. This might be kind of cool right here. Oh, well, Bombs Away. And that's exactly what happened with Rocky McDonald right there. He went about 2-3 seconds. The bull just fired him out of there. That is such a good bull from the Calgary Stampede. Wow.
I've seen a lot of cowboys have trouble with that bull, and I think it might be because he is so broad across the back. It's hard to get a hold with your feet, hard to maintain your balance. And if the feet get out of position, that's pretty much it for the bull rider.
I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to this. Dustin Bowen from Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. Pop Evil. The crowd loves this bull. He's going to get so high in the air 2 or 3 different times. We saw him, of course, at the Canadian Finals last year. Scott Schiffner rode this bull in the final round to clinch his Canadian championship. You watch this matchup right here, because Bowen has been great here at Ponoka.
You know, when you ask the cowboys about this bull, about half of the cowboys say, I can ride this bull. The other half say, Pop Evil, I can't even touch you.
Yeah.
You're either good with him or you have a lot of trouble, and it happens very, very quickly. So we're about ready to see what happens with a Pennsylvania cowboy here.
You've absolutely got to be right in the middle, because when he gets airborne, you're going to get a lot of drop coming down. You got to be in the right spot when he does that. There it is right there. And look at this. He's got him chipped off to the side. That's what Pop Evil will do to you. You know, as you said, you nailed it exactly right. You can ride this bull and be a lot of points, or that happens.
This bull got him really stretched out during that ride. His free hand got behind his head, and that's actually what brought him down. That's a good-looking bull. These bulls are looking good and feeling good. That's something we don't often expect in the cattle industry. These bulls need to be athletic, and they are.
Yeah, we think about the power from a bull like Big Stone's Pop Evil, but I'll tell you what, you're right. He is an athlete, a 4-legged superstar. Hey, talking about superstars, how about my neighbor from Claresholm, Alberta, Chad Bestplug, been a Canadian champion, and talk about this matchup right here.
I tell you, Dave, I saw this bull a couple of nights ago, and I have no idea what this bull does because he does it so fast. He comes from Vold. This is a bull called Proline Power. A lot of the cowboys haven't seen much of this bull, but we're going to see a lot more of him. They put this bull in the short round at this rodeo. This is a great bull. You can expect that.
I talked to Nansen Vold a few weeks ago about a number of their bulls, and he was so high on this particular bull. He said, this is one to watch. We're going to get a chance to watch him right now.
This bull is so fast, so powerful out of there. And don't underestimate Chad Bestplug. He's seen this bull go before. He's got his game plan set. He's trying to get everything set down in there, getting his feet in the right spot. As soon as he has everything right, he'll nod his head, and we're outside. Let's watch this.
All right, Chad. Well, right there, he's in pretty good command. Oh, look at Chad Bestplug getting things done right there on Proline Power. And out of there safely. And great work once again. We'll look out, boys. Look at our bullfighters coming to the rescue. Man, you talk about their job, very simply, is to put their lives on the line so that guy gets away. Chad Bestplug got away courtesy of those three talented gentlemen.
They are absolutely great. Scott Way went in the air that time, stepped in, stepped right on the head of the bull. Great job, Cowboys. Chad Bestplug walks away courtesy of those bullfighters.
Well, we've got him at 87.5. So by a half a point, it looks like Tyler Thompson is going to emerge as the champion here at Ponoka with that 88 score. Wow. How about that? 88, 87.5.
Here he comes, walking out there to get his buckle. Oh, that is so nice to see, Dave. You can always tell when he's in the locker room.
Exactly. And, you know, you talk about a great matchup, and I love the way things kind of came about right here. You talk about Tyler Thompson. He did it, and he looked awfully good doing it. He was absolutely in control. Look at that big smile right there. He's got the rock star looks, the rock star attitude. He's rich, he's young, he's handsome. I hate the guy, to be very honest with you. But I'll tell you what a tremendous bull ride that was right there from a good friend, Tyler Thompson. And you can see Chad Bestplug back there, and he's a little disappointed, but boy, I'll tell you, he should not be ashamed of himself. A half a point behind with a great 87.5 point ride.
That was so close tonight. Two great bulls. Good job.
In the bull riding, it came down to two Canadian champions, Doug, going head-to-head, and what a classic confrontation it was.
It was Tyler Thompson over Chad Bestplug by a half a point in the bull riding here at Ponoka.
Well, Tyler, what a great ride tonight. Just a half point above Chad Bestplug with an 88-point ride on Team Page. Tell us a little bit about your ride.
Well, the ride itself was really good. I had that bull last year at Calgary, bucked me off pretty quick because my hand come out of my rope, so I welded that sucker in today. It wasn't coming out, and he had a great trip just right there to the left into my hand, which was actually the thing that was bothering me about him because I haven't been riding that good that way, so it all worked out great, and lucky to beat Chad. He was the guy that really deserved to be here. I got in because of an injury, so he's an awesome bull rider, and it just worked out for me this time.
Right. What will this do for your confidence level, winning such a prestigious rodeo?
To win any of these big rodeos in Canada is a big deal just because it's a big step to go to the CFR. And we talked the other night, and I didn't get to go to the CFR last year, so this is a big step, and it's very exciting.
Now, you talked about some of your plans after your rodeo career. Can you tell us a little bit about your new adventures that you're taking part in?
Yeah, I've been going and doing a bunch of picking up, and you know, ever since I was a kid, I wanted a cowboy, and in the rodeo arena, there's no better cowboy than the pickup man, and I idolize them and admire them, so I've been watching that, doing a little of that, and this might be the last year you see me on the back of these bulls, so hopefully I can be back here one day doing their job.
Well, congratulations. It'll be a good last year winning the Ponoka Stampede. Back to you guys.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, a happy cowboy, and he should be. He is back. He is totally back. Everything's good with Tyler Thompson.
There were a lot of very happy cowboys here tonight. One very happy cowgirl. Absolutely superb competition. That's what we've come to expect from Ponoka for 77 years now. It's absolutely great.
The Ponoka Stampede, I haven't been here for a while, but I'll tell you, it hasn't lost a darn thing. It just keeps getting bigger and better every year.
The stock that we had tonight, the Cowboys, it doesn't get any better than this, David.
Archives of our individual events and our Ponoka Stampede Championship round in its entirety will be available on the ProRodeo.com website after July 8th. We hope you enjoyed our webcast. All right, from the Ponoka Stampede, everybody, I'm David Paulson once again with Doug Young, Katie Lucas. Good night, everyone. On behalf of Doug Young, Kaylee Lucas, and myself, we'll see you on Friday, July 26th for the evening performance of the Medicine Hat exhibition in Stampede.